Why am I going to vote against the constitutional draft? In the first place, because the new constitution significantly limits the human rights and the fundamental freedoms provided by the current constitution. In order not to sound frivolous, I can bring at least two simplest examples. First of all, in the current constitution, we have a provision that nobody should prove his/her innocence, and all not satisfied questions should be treated in favor of the accused. The new constitutional draft omits this provision, that is, two of the three fundamental pillars of presumption of innocence is planned to abolish. The logic of these actions is completely unclear. Or by the current constitution, it is set out that evidence collected or analyzed in violation of law is inadmissible, implying that evidence gained by the violation of law cannot be used against the accused. In the new constitutional draft, this right is being significantly limited. This means that whilst collecting evidences, the law can be violated, but the evidence can still be used in some cases. I, being a lawyer, understand that these two limitations can result in catastrophic consequences. And I think that those who witness this, see this, or are going to witness, they should not think this does not concern them, that the evidence or the presumption of innocence concerns only the criminals and will never become a problem for them. Just on the contrary, the presumption of innocence and the ban on collecting illegal evidence are guarantees for the innocent people rather than for the criminals. And therefore, they concern directly everyone, currently in Armenia or those who will be in the future. I'm going to vote against the constitutional draft also because it does not solve the current problems of the judicial authority. The judicial system today has a strange structure and an ineffective court of appeals. The problems which were supposed to be solved, they have not received their solutions, and today we have a strange situation when we have a constitutionally defined court of appeals which, according to law, is also supposed to execute cassation. It is completely absurd to call an institution Court of Appeals and endue it with the duty of the Court of Cassation. We hope that the constitutional draft would solve this problem, as it was previously declared, as well as would grant the possibility to jury trial. This problem was not solved either. In other words, all positive changes which were previously anticipated when discussing the concept were never applied. Instead, significant limitation upon the rights and freedoms were imposed. And if we add to that the fact, whilst in the current constitution a referendum should be held in relation to altering the constitution, that is, our opinion is being asked, by the new constitutional draft our opinions will no longer be considered in terms of constitutional changes. Namely, we are suggested to vote for later not being asked for our opinion in case of constitutional changes.
Namely,
the constitutional changes say if a small part will no longer be adopted through a referendum anymore. These are significant limitations of human rights. I, being a lawyer, look at the problem firstly from the perspective of human rights or judicial system. In this sense, the situation is hopeless. I also think that every person, even those who have no claims of being elected in the future, they should also be interested in their rights and freedoms or issues concerning the judicial system. That is, the issues which have already touched him or might touch in the future.
Այսինքն այն հարցերը, որին ինքը կամ առնչվել է, կամ առնչվում է, կամ ապագայում կարող է առնչվել։